The 3 journalists detained in Egypt last month while working for Al-Jazeera English have been charged, reports say. State prosecutors accused them of using unlicensed equipment, broadcasting false news to disturb public order, and possessing fake footage. Some had confessed to being members of a terrorist group, they added. But Al Jazeera said the accusations do not stand up to scrutiny and rejected claims that anyone has confessed. The Qatar-based broadcaster called the prosecutor's decision to issue a statement unusual, as it looks like a prejudgment on an ongoing investigation. Peter Greste, an Australian ex-BBC correspondent, Canadian Mohammed Fahmy, Cairo bureau chief, and Egyptian producer Baher Mohamed were arrested on 29 December at their hotel in Cairo. They have been in detention ever since. Highest standards. The statement reportedly issued by Egyptian prosecutors said their investigations showed the 3 men had been intending to gather material and tamper with it in order that Al Jazeera could broadcast fabricated footage that had nothing to do with reality. The network had the objective of distorting Egypt's image abroad, damaging its political standing, and making the international public believe that the unreal footage showed what was happening in Egypt and that the country was witnessing a civil war, the prosecutors alleged. This aims to serve the objectives of the international organization of the terrorist group and provoke the international community against Egypt, they added, apparently referring to the Brotherhood. In its statement, Al Jazeera said, "Our detained team had been working in Cairo for some time and people can still watch their work online. It was all of the highest journalistic standards and integrity, as has been all our output since the start of the momentous events in Egypt 3 years ago." The broadcaster urged the Egyptian authorities to take heed of calls by international media organizations for the release of its journalists. A letter signed by more than 40 editors and journalists earlier this week appealed for an end to their arbitrary imprisonment and said the arrests had cast a cloud over press and media freedom in Egypt. The Egyptian authorities have long accused Al Jazeera of bias in favor of the Muslim Brotherhood since the army ousted President Mohammed Morsi in July. Earlier in December, the Brotherhood was declared a terrorist organization, amid a crackdown on the group in which hundreds of pro-Morsi protesters have been killed and thousands of Brotherhood supporters arrested.